What's cracking, Mr. Lee? I'm Gael.
Brianna.
We're doing trade between the U.S. and Japan because they're strong allies. You know what I'm saying? Distance and GDP. Japan and the U.S. are 6,303 miles apart. Japan has GDP of 4.971 trillion USD. U.S. has GDP of 20.54 trillion GDP. Exports and government subsidized. So for Japan, it'd be cars, vehicle parts, integrated circuits, oil, coal, iron ore, copper, and then for the U.S. Okay, Mr. Lee, I messed up. So for the U.S. is oil, coal, iron ore, copper, aluminum, and wood, and then Japan's on the left side. You know what I'm saying? Trade and balance. U.S. goods and services trade with Japan totaled an estimated 303.0 billion in 2019.
Exports were 123.4 billion. Imports were 179.6 billion. The U.S. goods and services trade deflict with Japan was 56.3 billion in 2019. Trade belt. Independent. Japan and its level of interdependence is related to the geographical concepts of development, like resources and fairness. So the country with many resources will trade their goods for money or other goods that could develop their country. America's interdependence with foreign countries is a fundamental part of how the country functions. However, some believe that the United States is becoming too interdependent instead of independent, and they're relying too much on other countries. The relationship between Japan and the U.S. Will both countries benefit from one another? The U.S. benefits from electrical equipment, like for vehicles and machines, and Japan benefits from raw materials and resources, which are essential parts of life. I don't know why I said life like that, but trade barriers. Japan does have some non-tariff barriers that may impact commercial activity by possibly impeding or delaying the importance of foreign products into Japan. And U.S. companies may still encounter non-tariff barriers in the following areas, such as official regulations that favor domestically produced products and discriminate against foreign products. In regards to trade wars, after President Ronald Reagan took office in 1981, the United States started pressuring Japan to open up its market to American companies and reduce the trade imbalance between the countries. The free trade agreements. On October 17, 2019, the United States and Japan reached an agreement on market access for certain agricultural and industrial goods. The Japanese legislature approved the agreement on December 5th, 2019. The U.S. will provide tariff elimination or reduction on 241 tariff lines. Success in fair trade. The trade may succeed instead of failing, and the reasons being are technology is always advancing, so there's always room for more electrical equipment. Or electrical equipment would always be needed in order to help machines operate, and raw materials and resources are essential parts of life. So why do I say it like that? But those resources will always be needed. And I believe that fair trade will continue between these countries because each country basically benefits equally because they both get products that they need.